discerning the end times. Now, if I'm to discern the end times, I must first understand me as an individual and you also. Why were we born? What is the purpose God sent me here in such a time as this? And for those who don't believe in God, that's your choice. But even if you don't believe, and you believe that there's something great out there that's greater than us, because everything that we see beyond the firmament is organized. The sun in perfect proximity, the moon in perfect proximity, the stars, all of that is organized. There's more order on what we see on the outside of this than what's going on in the earth. So for those who don't believe, if you believe in the great organizer, and believe that great organizer that's beyond this chaos called earth sent you here, whether you believe he's a god or whether you believe he's part of the universe or whatever, why are you here? We spend our whole lives searching for meaning. We spend our whole lives searching for meaning. And I thank the Most High, in my life, I have found meaning. So it first starts, this is how we discern the times. We come to the realization, that's right, to why we're here. Why are we here? Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Elder Lawyer, I need you to go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah. Why are we here? Isaiah 49. Let's start there.
Yes, sir. Isaiah chapter 49, verse number 5.
Come on.
And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant.
Hold up. I said we spend our whole lives searching for meaning. For those who don't believe in God, there is no meaning for you. There is no purpose.
That's right.
You're just living. You're just living. To find God is to find meaning and purpose to why we're here. And it tells us that what? Read it again.
Yes, sir. And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant.
To be a servant of God. See, it's deep when you come to a realization called purpose. Suppose you were specifically sent here by God for a specific purpose at this time in the end days. Suppose you came to that realization. Like Paul on the road to Damascus, killing and conspiring to hurt his own people, only to be met by Christ, blinded by Christ, and restored by Christ with a purpose. And Paul is the example to what? To show you that the Most High can use anyone. He could have used a totally righteous and pious person. Christ could have used anyone. But he chose a man that was destroying his people and put him on a path with purpose. He didn't choose the disciples because they were the greatest people. He chose them because they were what? That's right, brothers and sisters. They were malicious. They weren't perfect people. But when they found purpose, they stood in the purpose that was called. Listen to what the Bible is saying. Purpose. What is our purpose? Read.
And now saith the Lord, that formed me from the womb to be his servant.
To be his what?
To be his servant.
To be his servant. So that obviously there's a job to do here. Once the Most High have given you purpose, now you must stand in what? In the direction he's sending. He have sent you. You must now, that's right, study the show thyself approved. The manual gives you the instruction, the Bible, and then you must do it. And keep in mind, initially, everyone, even family, will think you are crazy. Your family, your friends, everyone out there will think you've lost your mind. And guess what? The Most High wouldn't have it no other way. He would have it no other way. You're the underdog. You're the outlier. Guess what, folks? You're the one whom the world will underestimate. But at the end, those same people, that's right, will behold the glory and the power they didn't see when the Most High chose you. He wouldn't have it no other way. You know why? Because if it was of the world, then people can point to the world and give credit to the God of this world. See? If it was something that they can ascertain within the parameters of this earth, they can give credit to something that's unexplainable. But the Most High does it a certain type of way. He'll have everyone reject you and have you go an entirely different path outside of this world altogether, and exalt you in due time so that no man on earth can take credit for God choosing his servant. What is the job of this servant? Come on.
To bring Jacob again to him.
To do what?
To bring Jacob again to him.
To bring Jacob back to our God. Boy, man, I'm going to tell you, that's a surreal realization. When you begin to realize and say and think within yourself and say, you know what? There's nothing I've done to deserve any of this. But the realization is we're chosen. We were born to bring Jacob back. To bring Israel back. Before the Most High God sent us in the womb. In the womb of the belly of our mothers, he knew us. He knew we would be doing exactly what we're doing. We came in the earth as infants. We grew through our teenage years with the direction and the course of this world, grew into adults, thinking of what we would become in this world, not realizing that there was a direction before we were sent. And see, to understand that finally, automatically, brothers and sisters, we know where now to pick our battles. Understanding the job description. See? The job description is to bring again Jacob. So Satan is going to throw many devices and all types of things and mundane conversation that would have nothing to do with finishing the battle. Now that I know I'm Jacob, I understand who the enemy is now. Right? Automatically, I understand the enemy. I understand we wrestle not with flesh and blood, and I understand Satan or Samael is the God of this world. He became God of this world when my father and mother, Adam and Eve, was tricked and lost all dominion that we must fight in the spirit to get back. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Satan became king of this earth, dominion over Adam. And guess what? The Most High would do what? He would curse Adam and Eve for that sin. And through that would have two seeds develop that would be in warfare with each other until Christ returns. That's right. The righteous seed and the serpent seed. Cain, serpent seed, pre-flood. Nimrod, serpent seed. The first Tower of Babel, uniting all nations against God's people. Babylon, Nimrod, Satan's seed. And at the very end, at the end of the world, like it says in 2 Ezra 6:8-9, Esau would become the new Cain. He would become what? That's right, the new Nimrod. And set up a Babylonian system to unite the whole world against Jacob, knowing that Jacob's time is near. See? So you have to realize it's not about money with them. Not at all. It's not about finances, not about being greedy. It's about social engineering a society like the Tower of Babel was constructed to bring all Gentiles together who are under Satan to stop the prophecy of Jacob rising. And I'm going to tell you this right now. We're looking at the economics, and I love a lot of the political conversations when it comes to uplifting our people and saying that we're not going to participate in their political game they've been playing on us until they give us something and all that. I've been stating this over and over again, but I know they're not going to give us anything. I know it. But I'm glad our people at least are politically waking up to not participate in their own demise. And the enemy already knew that we would finally realize that they were playing us. So we're under a political construct now that all of the elite realize they can no longer play games against us, and now they have outright set up. That's right. An international confrontation under one order to come against our people. And I'm going to prove that today. We must discern the times we're in. Read on, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Though Israel be not gathered.
Though Israel be not gathered, even though we're divided. You notice it says, even though Israel be not gathered. Even though Israel is divided. See? Hence the reason politically why the enemy have come up with all these divisive conversations that they're paying to keep us from having the real conversation. Gay, straight, gender, pronouns, children, all this other stuff is a distraction, folks. It's about us not gathering, because when we gather under one agenda, one understanding, then we begin to come on code with one another and set parameters for each other. Mm-hmm. Okay? Instead of just judging you for your actions or whatever, and looking down on you because you're not doing exactly what I'm doing. But if we can come together, we can begin to set parameters for each other. If we're going to live through this, then we're going to have rules on how we conduct ourselves one amongst another now. There's certain things you can't do. In order for us to come together as one, we must establish, that's right, a traditional foundation of family.